Hey guys, it's Malia. This will be a gentle full body stretch yoga sequence for those days when you're feeling a little tired, or you've got some anxiety, or you've just done a hard workout, or you're in pain. So we're going to try to hit every part of the body in this stretch and really just get a nice big relaxing wring out of the body. So whenever you're ready, we're going to begin on the back. So come to lie on your back. We'll have the feet on the floor and the knees towards the ceiling. Your arms can rest wherever's comfortable. And we'll just begin with a few deep, full breaths to center ourselves and to transition into our practice. So maybe closing your eyes, you might begin to take some deep, full breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, slowing down. Good. Let's draw the right knee in towards the chest and interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. On your inhale, begin to straighten the right leg up towards the sky, and it doesn't have to straighten all the way. As you exhale, bend the knee back and towards the chest. Inhale, right leg straightens up, working through the hamstrings, and exhale to bend. Good. Inhale, we straighten the right leg. Let's keep it up towards the sky and begin to roll through your right ankle, just making some circles. In the other direction. And then flexing and pointing through the toes, rolling through the whole length of the foot. Beautiful. You're going to start to drop the right foot back towards the floor. Release your fingertips. Take a breath in and a full breath out. Let's inhale, draw the left knee in towards the chest. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. Inhaling to straighten the left leg up any amount. And then exhale to come back down. So be nice and gentle here. Inhale to straighten. And exhale to release. Bending back one more time. Inhale, let's lengthen up and stay here. Begin to roll through the left ankle. In the other direction. And flexing and pointing the toes a few times. And placing your left foot back down to the floor. Releasing the hands. Take a big breath in. Full deep breath out to let go. Start to pick your right foot up again, so knee in towards the chest, and this time we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh, sending your right knee away from the body, so you make like a number 4. And you can keep your left foot on the floor, or if you'd like, pick up your left foot to draw the knee in towards the chest, and then interlace your fingers behind your left thigh, so a figure 4 pose, getting into the right hip, the outside of the right hip, and even into that lower back a little bit. Take some nice deep breaths here. So you're going to set the left foot back down, set the right foot down, take a big breath in, and a full deep breath out, let go. And drawing your left knee in towards the chest, flexing the left toes back, and crossing your left ankle over the right thigh. Moving the left knee back away from the body. You can keep your right foot on the floor, or maybe draw the right knee in, interlacing your fingers behind your right thigh. Let's take some really deep breaths here. Breathing into that left hip now, left lower back. And trying to relax the upper body as best you can, so the shoulders and the jaw and the arms not tensing up as we hold and breathe. Releasing the right foot, the left foot, and then draw both knees in towards your chest. You might wrap your arms around your shins and rock a little bit from side to side, massaging the lower back. And if it feels okay for your spine to kind of rock up and down the spine a few times, you can try that. We're going to eventually come up to a tabletop position. If you need to roll over onto one side and press yourself up, that's totally fine too. So finding your way onto hands and knees, however you need to get there. So bringing hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. And inhale, drop the belly, arch your spine, crown of the head lifts. And then exhale, round the spine and tuck your chin. So some cat and cows. Inhale, heart opens, heart reaches forward. Exhale, back of the heart towards the sky. And just continue on your own with your breath. If you'd like to work the jaw in here, you can inhale through the nose as you drop the belly, and then as you exhale, sticking out the tongue and making a sound. So our lion's breath, it just helps to release tension through the jaw. So you might try that a few times, sticking out the tongue and opening up the mouth as you exhale. Beautiful, and then come back to your neutral spine. From here, ground down through the left palm and reach your right arm up towards the sky. Take a big twist, and then exhale, right arm weaves underneath the left. Reach it nice and far, and then right shoulder, right side of the head meet the floor. Working on twisting your left shoulder back in space. You might plant your palm and press a little bit into the floor to rotate the left shoulder back. Plant your left palm down and let's start to rise back up to our tabletop position, taking a breath here in between sides. Grounding down through the right palm, inhale, lift the left arm, and exhale, weave the left arm underneath the right, coming onto the left shoulder, left side of your head, and rotating the right shoulder back in space. So we're wringing out through the upper back and the shoulders. You might even feel this in your neck a little bit. Planting through the right palm, rise back up to your tabletop position. And from here, begin to step your right foot forward in between your hands. So you can use your hand to help it up there if you need to. And wiggle your toes forward so that you can press your hips forward, coming into a lunge. So we don't want the hips right above that back knee. We want to bring the hips forward so that we can stretch out the front of the left hip. And bringing both hands on the inside of your right foot, coming into lizard pose. So you can stay on your palms. If it serves your body to lower forearms to blocks or to the floor, and as an option as well, we'll just take some full deep breaths into the left hip flexor. Starting to rise back onto your palms if you're not already. Tuck your left toes. And we're going to shift the weight back so you can straighten the right leg, coming into our half splits. If you need to rise out and bring your hands on your hips or hands to blocks, totally fine. Reaching your heart forward, so a nice long spine, heart towards the toes. Deep breaths into the back of your right leg. Good. Re-bend into your right knee, plant your palms and step your right knee back. Find your tabletop. Take a breath here, reset. And then we will bring the left foot forward in between the hands. And also, if your back knee gets uncomfortable in poses like this, you might place a blanket or double up your mat underneath the knee. Pressing the hips forward, let's bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot. You can be on your palms. You might lower down. And really breathing and letting go. Our hips can really hold a lot. So let's start to shift the weight back now. Tucking your right toes, bring your hips back and straighten through the left leg. Maybe the hands come to the hips or to the floor, reaching the heart forward. Re-bending into your left knee. Let's step the left knee back and then taking your knees wide, press your hips back to find your child's pose. So wonderful pose to lengthen out the lower back and to get into those hips. Inhale, come back forward onto your hands and knees, and then lower all the way down onto your belly. So bending the elbows, lower the chest towards the floor. And bring your forearms out in front of you like a number 11. So propping yourself up on your forearms into this back bend. So this is Sphinx pose. If this is too much for your back, you can walk your elbows forward for less of an angle. Otherwise, having the elbows underneath the shoulders, pressing down into the floor to lift the crown of the head, reach your heart forward. Take your left forearm out in front of you to prop yourself up, and then bend into your right knee. And this might be enough for you, or if you'd like to reach back and try to grab the right foot, you might do that and pull it closer to your seat, but be mindful of the knee and make sure this feels really safe. If you're not quite there yet, you can always grab a strap and take it around the foot. You're getting into the quads, the front of the thighs. Gently release that right foot back down. Plant the right forearm across the body and then bend into your left knee. That might be enough, or you might reach back and grab the foot, bringing it towards your seat. And if you press your pubic bone down towards the floor, you'll feel that muscle, the muscles in the front of your thigh, lengthening out, getting more of a stretch. Good. Release your left foot down. Plant the palms by your sides, coming back to your tabletop. We'll work with the feet a little bit here. So tucking the toes underneath, you can keep weight on your hands or maybe start to walk back so that you can sit up on your heels. So this is called fire toes, and breathing into the soles of the feet, it can be pretty intense. So if you need to back out a little bit, coming onto the hands, totally fine. Good. Take the weight back to hands and knees. You might tap the tops of your feet a little bit to release. And then toes untucked, press your hips back towards the heels and sit up on the heels. You may bring your hands back and maybe work on lifting the knees for a little more. Breathing into the tops of the feet. Beautiful. Let's make our way to a seated position. You might swing the legs around and find a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Sitting up nice and tall, you can have your hands resting wherever's comfortable and maybe close your eyes. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, dropping chin to chest. Breathe into the back of your neck. Rolling the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Breathe into the left side of your neck. Inhale, chin to chest, and exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, chin to chest, and then bring the gaze back up through center. Reach your arms towards the sky, interlacing the fingers, and take a big stretch like you would in the morning, maybe some little movements. And then release the arms, rolling through the wrists as you come down. Extend your right arm forward and flex your fingers back. Take your other hand and grab your fingers and just gently pull them back, stretching through the hand and the wrist. And then pointing the right wrist down, grabbing the top of the hand and gently pulling towards yourself. Beautiful. Left hand coming forward, flex your fingers back, grabbing hold of the fingers and just pulling back. And fingers towards the floor. Let's release, interlace your fingers and just start to make some figure eights. And shake out those hands. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, dropping the right fingertips, reach up and over, take a side bend. Inhale up towards the sky, and then exhale up and over to the left. Inhale, Exhale, bending over to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale, left. Inhale up through center, big stretch, and then exhale, release the hands. Good. Start to make our way onto the back, coming to lie on the back. Let's draw the knees in towards the chest, rock around a little bit. And opening the arms out wide like a T with the feet on the floor. We'll shift the hips a little bit over to the right and then let your knees drop to the left. So coming into a twist, hips a little bit to the right and the knees dropping to the left. You might send your gaze over to the right as well. And breathing across the chest and all along the spine. Inhale, bring the knees back to center, gaze to center. Take a breath to reset. And scooching the hips a little bit over to the left, allow the knees to drop right. Maybe your gaze falls away from the knees and then breathe. If you can hear snoring in the background, that is my dog. He's fast asleep. Let's take an inhale, bring the knees to center. Drawing the knees in towards the chest, rocking around a little bit, and let's find our happy baby. So soles of the feet towards the sky, knees in towards the armpits, and you might find some movement if that feels nice, rocking from side to side. Good. Let's release that, placing the feet on the floor, and then soles of the feet together, knees out wide, or Supta Baddha Konasana. Now, if this is too much for your inner thighs or your hips, gently place some pillows or blocks underneath the knees. And your hands can rest wherever is comfortable. Let's take about 3 deep breaths here. Begin to draw the knees closed and come into our final relaxation or Shavasana. You may extend your legs out long with the arms by the sides, or find any other position that feels comfortable for you. Starting to deepen the breath and just notice the sensations in your body. Maybe your body feels a little bit different now than it did when we first began. Maybe there's some more energy or some more blood flow moving through the body, some more space and openness. And using this time to be still and to integrate all of that movement. Giving your body permission to rest. Giving your mind permission to rest. And the breath becoming deeper and deeper. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Find some really gentle movements, maybe rocking the head from side to side or taking a full body stretch or a yawn to release the jaw. Begin to roll over onto one side, taking a few breaths here in transition. As you're ready, pressing yourself up to a seated position, bringing your hands, palms to touch, to your heart center. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me and for taking care of yourself. May you be happy, healthy, safe, free, and loved. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. You can visit my website at MaliaYoga.com or find me on Instagram at malia.yoga. Have a wonderful day.